China next after Russia? Here are the 3 signs Elon Musk warns about China's superweapons. Welcome to the Elon Musk era. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on our upcoming videos about Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, and more. It's hard to imagine that even this could be possible, but Elon Musk revealed that China is making its most deadly and impressive superpower ever. Sort of like reimagining the Death Star. In the meantime, the Chinese have developed an inorganic substance in the lab that resembles the Kyber crystal in the Star Wars film, Death Star. Could you imagine the magnitude and intensity of the situation? Check out this video for more info. This video will explain the facts exposed by Elon Musk about China's future superweapon. And the weapon will get so much more powerful than you could imagine. Recent damage from a laser beam the Chinese warship emitted blinded the pilot of a US P-8A Poseidon for a brief period. Further, Chinese laser beams have been used against the United States military for years. There have been attacks similar to what Elon Musk claims to have occurred in Djibouti, home to both Chinese and US military bases. After the Chinese lasers damaged the eyes of 2 C-130 pilots, the Department of Defense finally broke its silence and submitted a formal protest. At this point, it was very apparent why the accidents occurred. Several lasers have been aimed at the US aircraft over the past few weeks, leading the Pentagon to provide pilots with a notification warning them to take care when flying in certain regions of Djibouti. Also, according to Elon Musk, as a result of exposure to military-grade laser beams coming from a nearby Chinese base, 2 minor eye injuries were sustained by an aircrew flying on a C-130 as a result of exposure to laser beams in one incident. Aside from this, Musk shared that the US and China have signed the protocol regarding blinding laser weapons that restricts their use in conflict because blinding laser weapons may cause irreversible damage. And by the Geneva Conventions, it is prohibited to use them to target eyes. Despite Beijing's denial, China, on the other hand, lacks recognition for upholding international law. Therefore, it's not surprising that these assaults continue despite their denial. But that's not all. The recently disclosed China laser report from DNI, from the Defense Intelligence Agency, reveals a more serious threat. Further, Musk stated that China's laser capabilities are not limited to blinding pilots the way they do today. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. As it turns out, China has been developing significantly larger, more powerful laser weapons capable of shooting down planes, submarines, satellites, and even larger objects than those. In addition to directed energy weapons research and development, China is developing anti-satellite capabilities. Moreover, Musk claims that China is developing more sophisticated satellite operations, as well as dual-use technology that may be used against space missions. Also, it is said that a Death Star is also under development by China, a weapon with the capability of destroying US assets by blasting them down upon Earth. Not only have planes, battleships, and tanks been attacked, but also power plants and cell phone towers. A Chinese scientist developed a recently inorganic substance resembling the Kyber crystals on Death Star from the Star Wars movies, and the inorganic substance in question is cesium bismuth germanate, or CbGO for short. Earlier known as a lightsaber crystal or a living crystal, the Kyber crystal, as Musk described it, was a crystal that grew naturally and was found on planets scattered throughout the galaxy. Additionally, with the Jedi, the Sith utilized them to craft their lightsabers, and the Jedi trained younglings on the ice planets of Lum by bringing them to the Crystal Cave to collect crystals for their lightsabers. Crystals even larger and more powerful were utilized at the core of the ancient Sith superweapons, according to mythology. Though China's products won't be as intense as those shown in the movie, the inorganic chemical compound bismuth germanium oxide, also known as bismuth germanate, consists of bismuth, germanium, and oxygen. As a result, directed energy systems can overload radar, cause computers and terminals to overheat, cause command and control centers to become unusable, blind missile guiding capabilities, overload satellites, and destroy cell phone towers. The purpose of this is not simply to insult American airmen. The matter is considerably more important. China is developing laser weapons, also referred to as directed energy weapons, to weaken the US military and oust our entire civilization as a whole. Also, there is a detailed strategy for disabling the electrical and internet infrastructure of the United States while avoiding detection by lasers. As Elon Musk said, it will appear to be an accident. No one will know where the attack originated. Also, the US lags considerably behind China in terms of laser capabilities. The Death Star serves primarily as a space station. Further, the Death Star, an Imperial Star Wars superweapon created to bring order to the galaxy, is a planet-destroying superweapon. But what does it take to build such an advanced weapon? China chose an unlucky planet for the first target of their test firing, and Musk said he had a bad feeling about it. On the other hand, the Death Star took mankind 19 years to build to set things in motion. While it's unclear how big the DS-1 orbital combat station was, its diameter is estimated to be between 120 and 160 kilometers, which is smaller than our moon, but comparable to some of the solar system's smallest moons. Musk said it's a massive undertaking that's going to cost a lot of money. Speaking of $852 billion, he added, and that's just to build it. It would not matter whether the Death Star was a more affordable weapon or not since it was fully assembled. Also, a total of 1.7 million people would be needed to manage the Death Star stores, cafeterias, and Imperial Navy warriors for a total of 1 million people. Furthermore, Musk estimates that you would have to spend $564,925 every day to prevent the Death Star from becoming a landfill if everyone in the Death Star produced 1.13 kilograms of garbage each day. For the daily electrical cost to feed the crew, $52 billion would be required, while the overall cost to keep the Death Star operational would amount to a one-time payment. Furthermore, Musk said China has resolved all issues before making any decision. Also not included in the cost is a single powerful laser blast, which would be an additional charge. First, we need to talk about how we can construct a Death Star. To construct a Death Star, you would need a hypermatter reactor core, as Musk mentioned. Now let's just assume you already constructed 4 reactor shafts that are connected along the equator and a column to hold them all together. We can skip over the details of how the reactor might function. As a station stabilizer, the column would also help with electricity distribution. Also, a significant amount of steel would be required for this project. Some estimates suggest that the Earth's core is iron-rich enough to power 2 million Death Stars. However, once the Death Star was completed, our atmosphere would be so polluted that humans will be forced to relocate to another world. But where would China build the Death Star in the first place? Elon Musk noted that the spacecraft wouldn't be able to go very far from Earth, and you don't want it in Earth's low orbit because there is too much of a risk that it'll crash. And it is possible to begin construction beyond the atmosphere. Currently, China is conducting meticulous calculations to make sure that our planet will not be unintentionally destroyed by its superlaser. In regard to the blast, Elon Musk explains that light does not behave in this manner. Instead, it continues moving in the direction to which it is connected. Similarly, you need to avoid standing too near to the beam during the blast, even if the beam isn't directly aimed at you, because the energy right next to you would cause you to disappear in a matter of seconds. According to Newton's third law of motion, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. In other words, a punch powerful enough to wipe out the planet would send the Death Star hurtling in a different direction at 77 kilometers per second. Unless you had a Death Star equipped with antimatter technology. Further, the antimatter phenomenon occurs when the electrical charge is reversible. As a result, antimatter and matter collide and are annihilated. This is why you only need a small amount of mass and antimatter from a planet to turn it into space trash. In this case, the recoil would hardly be noticeable, and if you intend to target any Death Stars or planets in the solar system, you should avoid them. Musk said that the weapon has a greater usage and could destroy asteroids that do pose a threat to the planet. The problem is that it may be overqualified, especially when there is a threat of an interplanetary asteroid. The Chinese, on the other hand, are attempting to portray themselves as a global superpower. It's almost like they are sending a silent warning to the rest of the world. A total of 317 million in directed energy projects was included in China's fiscal year of 2022 spending plan. From 2022 levels, laser weapons research, development, testing, and evaluation spending grew by 23% to $91 billion. In Western countries, only one company has laser technology comparable to China's. It's the reason why large defensive contractors like Lockheed Martin and Northrop Grumman rely on it so heavily. Still, it is quite impressive that China can grow into such massive power. What would happen if big powers such as the United States or Russia responded to it? What will be Elon Musk's next step after China's massive effort? Let us know your thoughts about it in the comments below, and thank you for watching. If you would like to receive updates on Elon Musk and his companies, make sure you click the subscribe and bell button.